this. Okay, that was a recording. Okay, what we do is we start with a video and then have a presentation for you with a rundown, different people talking to you, and who is talking to you will give you an idea on the video for the beginning. So I will start with the video and then comes to the presentation. Just a second. Right here, video is right there, and there's the video. All right.
You've got to be really, really, really dedicated to be a professional athlete. Give up everything else you got.
Here in Dresden, we offer 17 sports and we expect 3,000 athletes from all over the world. What I really like about the World Transplant Games, it just feels like we're a big family and we share the same story.
The people here have all got one thing in common. They're either received or given.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone that, signs up. Not just lives, you're saving 5 or 6 families. Families, not lives.
My story started when I was 2 weeks old. My skin color was very yellow and my liver conditions very bad. Doctors made some tests and found out that a new organ was the only way to survive. So a very dangerous time, especially for my parents, has started with a lot of fear of losing their child. The second problem, I was very small with being just 2 weeks old. So I had to grow to receive a new organ. Today I am a professional athlete and that's truly a gift of life to me.
But it would mean a lot if I won something, like a medal.
But the real medal is not the physical medal. The medal is that I am alive, and that medal, for real, is for the organ donors.
Looking forward to see you in Dresden. We need your support.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our team managers all around the world. My name is Liz Schick. I am currently the president of the World Transplant Games Federation, and I am here to welcome you to the first meeting for team managers for the World Transplant Games in Dresden 2025. I have visited Dresden and I can tell you the city is stunning. The amenities are wonderful and the team working on the games are highly professional, and we know that they are going to deliver a fabulous World Transplant Games in August 2025. I have been attending the games since 2001 as an athlete, as a team manager and as part of the Federation board. We know that being a team manager can be difficult, but this meeting and all the future meetings are here to make the role of team manager as streamlined and easy as possible. And please feel free to ask questions because no question is silly and we want you to feel up to date and informed on everything that is going on. So without much more ado, I would like to hand over to our team in Dresden, and I look forward to hearing more about what will be going on in August 2025. And I really look forward, as do my board of 13 people, meeting you all in Dresden again, and wish you a very good meeting. See you soon. Thank you all.
Hi, my name is Anna-Maria Gehlhaar and I'm called Maria. I'm one of the 2 managing directors of the World Transplant Games company, and I am responsible for turning around those games the best possible way.
Hello, my name is René Kindermann. I'm head of City Sport Marketing, and me and my team, we are responsible for all the organization of the sport events and for all the organization of the evening events.
Hi, I'm Christine. I'm the project manager of the World Transplant Games, and on my desk everything comes together.
Hi, I'm Nicholas, and I'm taking care of marketing and communications for the World Transplant Games.
Hi, I'm Moritz, and I'm responsible for all the sports-related things during the World Transplant Games.
Hello, my name is Luisa, and I'm responsible for the registration process and the volunteer management.
Hi everyone, my name is Julia. I'm with City Sport Marketing in charge of food and beverage for this event.
All right, this is all the peoples are talking to you right now, and I will now start with the presentation so that we can go through all the details of the World Transplant Games coming up. Of course, we do have a rundown for today. We start with a short introduction about Dresden. Maria will take this part. Then we come to sports and the sports venues. We have the hopefully final timetable for you. There are some rule changes in comprehension to purse. Gary will tell you something about this one. We have a new sport coming up in Dresden. This is archery. Moritz will tell you something about what we are planning on archery. We have an additional training idea for you in Dresden, and Niklas will come to you with social media and PR work together, what we would like to have from your side. And of course, on the last point, we do have some questions from your side to us and to our team, or even to the World Transplant Games Federation, because Kim is on the call too. So we start with Maria and the wonderful, beautiful city of Dresden. Maria, please.
Yes. You heard me rave about Dresden already, because I am born and raised in Dresden, and I just love my city, and also all my colleagues from City Sports Marketing. We all love the city, and just very excited that the World Transplant Games will take part in that city next year. Just a few informations. We hope that we will attract, of course, a lot of participants for the games, but also perhaps for vacation before and after, because we are located right in the middle of Europe and therefore are quite easy accessible. And for us, it's very exciting because the games are the first time at all in the history in Germany, and the organ transplant situation is not so good in Germany. So that's very, very good for us, in our favor. Dresden is the state capital of the state of Saxony, and Dresden is the third largest city in Eastern Germany, besides Berlin and Leipzig. And it's really interesting that we have quite the perfect size for that World Games, because we're not too big, not too small. We do have 500,000, a little bit more than that, residents in Dresden, and we call us the city of short ways, because practically all the sports facilities, the old town, all the hotels, this will be within walking distance. Or you can use the public transport system, but then you also only have a few stops. So you either walk or use the tram or the bus. So this will be really, really nice for you. You will enjoy that. And yeah, so it will be, the public transport system will be included in the fee. So it will be easy for everyone to get around and not to lose too much time. I think that was my part already, right?
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot, Maria. Yeah, city of the short ways. That's a good explanation of Dresden. Thanks for this one. And we now come to how to come to Dresden. We do have the airport at Dresden, so this will be the main airport for us for World Transplant Games 25. There will be a welcome desk. Chrissy will tell you a little bit short of time what is about the meaning welcome desk on our idea. But in the circle of 200 kilometers or 125 miles, we have 4 more airports. We have, of course, the big ones in Prague and in Berlin. We have the small ones in Leipzig and in Wrocław. But Prague and Berlin will probably be good ways to fly in. When you directly want to fly to Germany, or directly fly to Dresden, you have to go the way from over Munich or via Frankfurt, and then come with the next flight to Dresden directly, or to Leipzig, whatever. Prague or Berlin probably offers direct flights to your home country. When you come by train, there will be 2 train stations in Dresden. We will please tell you that you come to Central Station, called in German the Hauptbahnhof, first word for German list, which is a German lesson. And this will be the main railroad station for the World Transplant Games 25. So please use the Central Station for your arrival when you come by train. And now Chrissy comes over talking about the welcome desk.
So, test. Okay. Yes, of course. Dresden Airport and Central Station are our main locations for arrival. We have there a welcome desk at your service on the 16th and 17th of August. That means there are people who take over your bulky luggage and transport it to your hotel if you book through our platform. Bulky luggage means golf bags, bowling balls, and bikes. Please notice that we do not offer any other luggage transport, and that you will travel on with public transportation. But no worries, Dresden is, as already mentioned, the city of short ways, and public transport is really, really close. The volunteers will guide you to your next hotel. There is an official app for public transportation in Dresden. They can inform you about the fastest connection directly to your hotel.
Thanks, Chrissy. And Google Maps will find all your ways through Dresden. That is no problem, actually, on this one. Now we come on the sports side. We do have very, very nice sport venues here in Dresden. We have some pictures here for you. There's a swimming hall. There's the Sportpark Austria, Ballsport Arena. We have the Heinz-Steyr Stadium for a brand new arena, which has opened like 2 months ago. And this will be the first international competition held in the new stadium next year in August, when you guys are coming to Dresden. These are the sports we offer. We have track and field, we have badminton, we have basketball, cycling, darts, golf, patong, run race, 5K race, 6-a-side football, sprint triathlon, squash, swimming, table tennis, 10-pin bowling, tennis, volleyball, and as additional special choice sport of Dresden, we have a new one, actually not so new, you did in Newcastle, the archery. What is going on in archery, we will tell you later. And these are the sports facilities. On one view, we have the Sportpark Austria. Moritz comes a little bit later on this one. We have a swimming facility very close to the city center. We have the Great Garden of Dresden, where the 5K run will take part. We have the Margon Arena for the Patong. We have the most beautiful tennis facility in all over Germany, and the Waldpark. We have the Elbe Park, that means is a commercial center, shopping center, where the bowling is inside. We have a 15-kilometer distance from the city center to the golf course, to Dresden-Ullersdorf, and we have on the other side 17-kilometer distance from the city center to the Castle of Moritzburg, where we have the cycling and the sprint triathlon. Now we have a closer view on the Sportpark Austria with Moritz from the sport department.
Yes, the Sportpark Austria will really be the heart of our World Transplant Games in Dresden. It's just 800 meters away from the city center. It's really easily reachable. And as you can see on our map, all the points with the little H are tram or bus stations. And it's really, really easy to go there from any hotel which you are in. The sport park itself offers 9 out of 17 sports, and I think that will be a great opportunity for our athletes to connect with each other, cheer each other on, and just a great place to interact between the different athletes from different sports. As you can see on the bottom right side, we have the number 1, the Heinz-Steyr-Stadion, as René already mentioned with the picture before. It's the main stadium for athletics, newly reopened, and it will be a great place for all of the athletics competitions, as well as also the squash competitions. There are some squash courts inside, and we also have a venue inside for the darts. Down of the Steyr Stadion at the 1A is the Medal Plaza. This is the place where all of the medal ceremonies during the athletics events will take place. But it's also a little event location. We will play music there, and there are a lot of food trucks. It will also be a good place to come together and cheer each other on. Downwards of the Medal Plaza at the 5 is the Ballsport Arena, which is one of the most modern arenas in the whole of Germany. It has a really modern LED floor. Will be really interesting to see. I really encourage you all to watch our basketball games, which will take place on Monday in this arena. Then we have the number 8, which is the Joy Next Arena. This is our biggest sports arena with 5 sports fields inside. There will be a lot of space for all of our table tennis competitions, as well as the volleyball and the badminton to end the week off. Above the Steyr Stadium, the number 6 is our second athletics place. Because we expect a lot of participants, we have to put some of our athletics event out of the stadium to the second athletic field, for example, the race walk or some of the ball throw events, and those will take place on this field. Then we have the number 12 and 21. Those are our artificial football pitches where the football competition will take place. And next to those pitches, the 16 and 17 is a really large sports field, which is perfectly for archery because you will have a lot of space to shoot your arrows. And this will also be a good location.
Thank you, Moritz, for this closer look to the Sport Park Austria. And now we come to the timetable for all the competitions. And you see, we have the day 1 is a Sunday. This is arriving day, registration day. We already offer on this day training session for table tennis, patong on 3 basketball. We have the opening ceremony on this day. And we have the service of remembrance in the Church of Our Lady, and the donate run, and the first team captains meeting will be on the first day. Monday, day 2 for us is bowling for training. We offer on this day, or you can either go on any day, golf, self-paid training session. We have on competition side the 5K run in the Great Garden. We have table tennis singles, we have patong singles, and 3-on-3 basketball. Then we come to Tuesday. This is the 1 day of swimming training, archery, squash, and volleyball. There's the training days on this competitions, and we have the competitions on golf individual, we have bowling individual, cycling, 10K, we have 20K in the team, we have patong pairs, table tennis, and table tennis doubles on the Tuesday. Wednesday, there's the first day of tennis and track and field training. We have darts on training, we have football on training, and badminton on the training side. And on competition side, we have swimming on day 1, we have cycling, the 30K, we have bowling pairs, we have archery, individual and team. Moritz will tell you later on about this one. Golf team, volleyball, squash, and of course on Wednesday, we do have the culture evening, and the team captains meeting is every single day around 6 o'clock near the dinner place. On Thursday, the second day of track and field training, we have swimming day on competition side 2. We have on competition side tennis singles, darts, sprint triathlon, badminton singles, and 6-a-side football on Thursday. And we have on Friday, first day of track and field, we have tennis doubles, we have badminton doubles, and on Saturday, we have track and field, only track and field, day 2, and that comes then for the closing ceremony and the gala dinner. And on Sunday, some of you will leave, departure. A lot of you hopefully will stay on Dresden or on East Germany, we will bring you on the PDF. We will share with you the link with the schedule so that you can easily check if there's any changes on the timetable. There will be changes on the rule side. That's why I'm very glad Gary Green is with us from all the way from Florida, and will tell you some rule changes, what is going on for the World Transplant Games in Dresden. I'm sorry, but
Hi, Renee.
Hi, Gary. Just wait. I'll come back to you in a second. Okay, right here and right there, you comes back. Sorry, this one.
Okay, great. Well, hi, Renee and everyone. And I wanted to thank the Dresden people for putting this together. And it's been a great pleasure working with them over the last few months with Martz and the other people who have been involved in sports. And I think there's going to be a really great sports program for you in Dresden. We did send the final rules for the games to our team managers last week and with a little explanation, but we wanted to cover some of the things today, and I appreciate the opportunity. The most recent one is as the result of the voting that recently took place among the members of the Federation. Both allogenic and autologous bone marrow transplant recipients are going to be allowed to participate in the Dresden Games. So that's kind of an important thing, and it's the most recent. I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. We've also changed the 5 entry per individual requirement in that we are no longer going to count the team sports, football, basketball, and volleyball, and the team event in bowling, the Baker team event, as one of the 5 entries. So team sports are not counted as against the individual's 5 limit. I do want to point out that there is a mistake in the rules, that in the volleyball section, it still does say that volleyball does count, and we'll change that in a rules update that will come out after everyone's had a chance to look at things. For donor athletes, we've clarified the definition of what donor about living donor athletes and donor family athletes. We've made it a little clearer as to who is eligible to participate. We've added some events for the donor athletes. There are several events in swimming, and they are also eligible to be part of the triathlon. And the other thing is that we've added a 3rd age group for donor athletes. So there will be 3 age groups, not 2. In Newcastle and Perth, we had 2 age groups. For donor athletes going forward, we will have 3, and we will look at that. Of course, as each games comes, we look at the results for the last one to see if other changes might be warranted for our donor athletes. Okay, great. If you could change that for me, we'll go on to the other ones. Thank you, appreciate it. For the triathlon, we have dropped the requirement that athletes need to demonstrate that they can do an open water swim. We found after Perth that all of our athletes were quite comfortable in the water, so that's no longer a requirement. And I'm going to go across here. For track and field, there are some slight changes to the throwing event schedule, so I would ask you as team managers to take a look at that. It's in the rules. For 3-on-3 basketball, this is going to be very interesting. We've decided to change the rules for 3-on-3 basketball to be the same as was used in the Olympic Games, the most recent Olympic Games. And if you haven't seen it, it's really interesting to watch. It's a little bit of a different sport. It's a different tempo to the game. It's a much faster game. And there are many highlights that you can find online about 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics for your athletes to kind of take a look at and see if they'd like to participate. For our darts competition, we've worked with our Dresden sport experts, and we have changed the format a little bit to try to accommodate both of the elite athletes who are our elite darts players, as well as people who don't do it as the primary sport, who may come and just maybe want to do it as a second or third sport. It's very hard when you have a competition with different athlete levels, different athletic levels. So we've changed that a little bit, and hopefully that will be good for all the participants for darts. For our six-man football event, we have changed the rules a little bit to match the rules that we used at the 2024 World Transplant Football World Cup in Italy. All the football folks seem to understand those rules now, and so we've decided that we're going to use them in the games as well. In golf, we have returned to the format that we used in Newcastle. So I think most of our golfers will know that, but it is explained in the sport rules if anybody has any questions. And in Petanque, we are making a point of only allowing our players to be on the field. We've had some instances in the past where there were a lot of spectators and coaches and other people who kind of got in the, who didn't actually interfere with the competition, but made it a lot more difficult. So in Dresden, only active players will be allowed to be on the playing field. And then in volleyball, we have changed the height of the net to be 2.35 meters, which is the women's height. So I believe those are the major changes. And if anyone has any questions, of course, you can reach out to the Federation at any time, and we're happy to try to answer them. Thank you, Renee. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks a lot. And thank you for your on-site being with us and for all your ideas and for all your support. It makes easy to work with you for all the sports questions. Thanks a lot for this one. This one too. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Gary.
Sure.
Now we come to archery. I told you that is a new one, and Moritz will tell you something a little bit what we're doing on the archery side.
Yes, archery will be back after its immense success in Newcastle 2019. We heard a lot of positive feedback about archery, and this is why our local organizing committee decided to bring it back as our 17th sport in Dresden. We will compete with almost the same rules as Newcastle. It will be recurve bow only. We will use the Olympic style variant, and then we will have the singles competition in the morning. And afterwards, there will be the triple mixed team in the afternoon. We hope that a lot of people who participate in the singles will also be there for the team competition. We will shoot at a 30-meter target distance with an 80-centimeter target that has 10 scoring zones. This is the exact same as in Newcastle, so all of the old archery pros will be used to it. And one really important thing towards archery, the practice and equipment check will be mandatory. We will have a whole practice day on Tuesday. The competition will take place on Wednesday, and everyone who wants to compete will have to be there on Tuesday and have their equipment checked, and they have to show their competence to hit a target. Just because if someone is not as competent in archery, it can be a big safety risk. This is why everyone has to show that they're able to hit a target.
Thank you, Moritz, for this one. And now we're coming to one opportunity, extra warm-up training. We will offer it to you when you want to be arriving 2, 3, 5 days early. There will be the additional training opportunities in the World Transplant Games sports venues so that you can practice on the sites you have the competition. And of course, it brings you acclimated. It brings you exploring and experience the city and preparing for the competitions on a very good way. So feel free to come to us, send an email to Chrissy. She will manage it for you. We have good prizes from the accommodation team for the hotels and hostels, whatever. And we have very nice and very small prizes for the sports venues that you can do a good preparation for the World Transplant Games here in Dresden. If you need acclimatation, come please to Dresden, do it here, so that you have a little bit of benefit for all the others who are coming on Sunday or Saturday and don't have the chance to get used to the sport venues from the World Transplant Games in 25. The next one on the line will be Niklas. He will ask for your support. Niklas, please, it's your turn.
Thank you, Renee. So basically for this part on social media and press, we need your support because we want to spread the message about organization and the event also in your countries. So we provided a little Google Forms document, which we'll come to in the next slide as well, where we ask you some questions. So these questions basically consist of two parts. The first part is social media. So we need to know which is your social media of the team of your country and who's the contact person for that. So who's managing that account. And additionally, we have questions regarding your national press contacts. So are there any contacts for print, for TV, for online, which you already have, which you can give to us and where we can reach out and maybe place some information about the World Transplant Games? And there's also a point where we need some suitable national TV channels, which you may know of. So if you have any channels which already have spread information about organization or even the event, then you could also give that to us and we can get in contact with them to share some information there as well. And additionally, we also have a newsletter on our website. So if you want to stay up to date, go to our website, register for the newsletter, and then you will get all the updates. And yeah, basically this is the biggest source of information for you next to our team manager meetings. And yeah, one more thing regarding social media. Feel free to share anything that you're doing in preparation for Dresden. Doesn't matter if it's training or something else. Share it with us on your accounts. Just tag our official accounts so that we will have the possibility to share these things. Regarding our website, there's basically everything that you're looking for on this website. So the most important things, I think, are the main page and the sports page. So on the main page, you can register for the newsletter. You have some recent news, and you will also find the registration button there as soon as it's online. And then on the sports side, so if you go to the top menu, to the sports section, you have all the sports rules there, you have the schedule there, and you also have every kind of sport where you can click on the icon and then find all the information which you need from training to equipment. So basically everything is provided there. Yeah, if you go to the next slide now, you can see a QR code for the Google Forms document, which I mentioned. So we're asking you, please fill out these things as a little homework in this week. So we have questions about your team size, your estimated team size, of course. And we know that you are not final with this one, but it makes planning for us easier. And there are also questions about social media, as I told you, and also questions about catering, your way of arrival. And yeah, so take your time. It's approximately 5 minutes, maybe less, and fill out this form. We will also send it to you after the meeting with this presentation. So you can do it after the meeting and send it to us. And yeah, this helps us with preparing the next meeting and also the whole games.
Thank you, Niklas. And now it comes back to Maria. She has some further information for the next steps for the World Transplant Games in Dresden.
Yes. Once more from my side, the Google Forms are really, really important to us, also to calculate amounts of people. We know it's just an estimation from your side, but again, it helps us a lot. I also want to tell you something about visa. It's so sweet. They just added this because this morning this little picture was not there and now it's there. I love it. Thank you. We start registration in January and normally it's really easy. So you register and then you can click, yes, I need a visa. And then automatically a visa invitation letter and also a hotel confirmation letter will be set up, and so you have that to apply for a visa. We know that there are some countries where it takes quite a long time to get that visa. So if you think that 7 months, so when you register in January, 7 months are not enough and you want to start even earlier, please reach out to us directly and then we will set up that invitation letter and the hotel confirmation letter for you beforehand. But that will be manually. Of course, for us, it's easier. You do it through registration, but we know there are some exception countries, so please feel free to reach out and we will support you. And another topic which we know is very important to you is the participants' fees. We know that you are waiting already eagerly to really get to know the pricing. We are in our last steps, I can promise you. Reason being is that we are waiting for the last confirmations from sponsors. And this means the more sponsoring comes in, the more decreasing, the more we can lower the pricing. That's the reason. So it's in your favor, but our goal is to have them ready in about, let's say, 2 weeks, and then we will offer those pricing to you. And in our next team managers webinar on the 17th of December next month, we will talk about those prices, the package, the inclusions, the hotels, Dresden Touristic. So you get all those informations. And then in January, we didn't, just a little outlook. In January, we will talk about the registration system. Okay.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And now it's time for your questions. Any questions left over after the presentations from your side in either way, to us, to Maria, to the World Transplant Games Federation?
Hi, yes, I have a question. There is one person who is living in Belgium, but he has another nationality. Can he join the Belgian team?
I mean, this is a question for Kim, probably. Kim, can you tell this one? Is it possible?
Yes, according to our rules, you can, if you're residing in that country, you can participate as part of that team.
Okay, thank you. And I have
wait before you have the second question. And actually, this is already included in the registration system as well.
Okay.
So you add your nationality, but you also add your competing team, the country.
Okay. Thank you. Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
And for how many sports can one person sign up per day? Like, for example, sometimes there are, I saw on the table that there are like 5 sports per day. Is it possible, for example, to do one sport in the morning and another one in the afternoon, or not?
I think we need to have a closer look on this competition side, because of course we have some different sport like swimming. They have competition in the morning but not in the afternoon. So we have a very close look on the timetables on the different sports. But is it in generally, Gary, something which talks together that you can do 2 sports in one day?
Well, generally, the rule is that you cannot do 2 sports that occur at the same time, because there's no way of knowing how far an athlete will be able to advance in a competition. For instance, if table tennis begins in the morning, the athlete could continue and play into the afternoon if he continues to win. So at table tennis, people would not be allowed to enter another sport that happens on that day. That's the general rule. Regarding the 5 events, each athlete is allowed to enter 5 events over the course of the competition. And as we said, team events do not count. So basically that's the situation. So if there is a sport that is clearly only going to be held in the morning, then it's possible that they could compete in the afternoon. The other issue, though, is that we need to make sure that athletes are able to they can't be in 2 places at once, basically. So we would never want a situation where an athlete registered for something and then was unable to show up, because that would not be fair to his competitor. It would be a forfeit, and nobody wants to travel halfway around the world to just have a forfeit for competition. So we look at that very closely.
Okay.
Yes, there's no such case where you can do one sport before noon, one sport in the other afternoon, because most of the sports will take the whole day. The only possible thing is if you do multiple disciplines in athletics or multiple disciplines in swimming, then you, of course, can do them at the same day because you will be at the same place and will be able to participate in both of them. But you can't do, for example, table tennis in the morning and tennis in the afternoon because it just doesn't fit the timeline.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Any more questions on this time for the World Transplant Games in Dresden? All right, then see you for the next meeting. As mentioned, the 17th of December, with surprising, with some registration ideas, with some hotel packages and more touristic stuff for how to get around, what is going on around Dresden, and how can your stay be the best day ever for the World Transplant Games you ever took part. So thanks a lot to everybody. We told you the presentation will come to you via email, so it probably takes a little while, not too long, but probably tomorrow or even the day after tomorrow we'll send it out. And just remembering fill out the Google form would be very important for us. Thanks a lot, and see you in Dresden, of course.